So anyway, all right, let's get into Nick Farello. This guy showed up, or I think he's been on Sean's show before, and had some conspiracy theories that he wanted to talk about during Sean's show. And I'll go over this. I didn't actually see it happen live, but someone directed my attention to it. And, doing some background checking on Nick Farello, and Turtle Boy did an amazing article on this guy the other day on tvnews.com. And I thought it was pretty hilarious what he had to say. But a lot of people don't understand, this guy used to come in my chat and drop these like $2 super chats all the time, and would try to get people over on his website. And come to find out, Nick Farello has many, many judgments against him. We'll pull up TB's article here in a minute. But I want to play the segment here where he talked about me being a paid operative. And it was funny because when the comment came out on the show about a paid operative, I ended up tweeting. I said, hey, if I'm a paid operative, I'm still waiting for my first check. And a lot of people thought that was funny. And I posted on Facebook as well, too. But Nick Farello is a clown. Listen, I love Sean to death. I support Sean. I have no ill will against Sean. I will always support Sean. But this guy's a joke. And Sean, stop giving this guy a platform. He's a scammer. He's in Turtle Boy pointed out in his article, using words like I'm like Turtle Boy. He's trying to weasel his way into the Karen Read case to try to spread all his clownish activity. And I thought this was funny, but we'll play through this. This guy's a clown. Done bad things in life, saying he's hiding out from the government and they're coming to get him and all this other shit. But we'll play through this and see what he had to say. A paid operative. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking clown. I'm a fucking clown. A paid operative? You got to be kidding me. So, I do love the fact that Sean shut that shit down right away. So kudos to Sean. Sean, I have no problem with you. I love you. You have an amazing platform, and keep doing what you do. And I definitely look forward to working with you and doing another, some more of these lives soon. But let's check out Nick Farello here saying that me, Glare, and Turtle Boy are paid fucking operatives. This is great.
Of clerks, cops for overtime scandals. This was all low-level fall guys for the larger corruption that was going on. The reason why there was overtime scandal is the only way that these people could be compensated for looking the other way is to bang out the Massachusetts taxpayers' time clocks. And they would go in and put in overtime. And why would they do that? It was the only way to live with themselves. So they would turn the blind eye to whatever the corrupted police, cops, chiefs, and judges and clerks were doing, from drug trafficking to sex trafficking to selling, CDL licenses, to delivering contraband, to distributing cannabis. Maine, I'll make reference to this because it's very relevant. The team that busted up the municipal state police in Maine and the local police in a large cannabis drug trafficking ring that involved.
First thing I'm looking at here, when I saw this and I'm hearing all this stuff, and when I went back and reviewed this video, I'm looking at it, I'm go, who fucking married this guy? He's got a wedding ring on. I'm like, who married this guy?
Maine State Police, Maine local police, and cannabis dispensaries. That team is the same team that's involved, boots on the ground, that dismantled half of the Maine State Police and half of the local police in Maine and all that drug trafficking ring. That's the team that's on the ground in Massachusetts that is doing the same investigation.
The jig
under
is
the same.
I'm telling you, Will. I'm telling you, I'm still waiting for my check, and maybe it will be signed by, I don't know. Do you think it says Karen Read's defense team, or is it just signed by Karen herself? I mean, this guy's a clown. I mean,
set of circumstances, boats go from Florida to Maine. They stop in New Bedford, and they stop in Boston. They stop in Bal Harbor. They move drugs in and around with the federal government's assets and the police and the localized corrupted law enforcement and, unfortunately, corrupted FBI and corrupted CIA along the way. But it comes back to the localization of what's happening here in Massachusetts. Those 4 trials I told you about, or those 4 scandals.
Okay.
Karen Read is the 5th scandal.
Here we
this
go.
is the only time in the history of our country that we have something
Look
called
at Sean. Sean's just like, get me the fuck out of this. I don't want to be here. Sean's like, get me the fuck out of this. Blair checking in says, Union Stores isn't meeting up with you personally with a suitcase. I wish you would. Bro, I wish you would. I'd have a mega mansion by now. Paid operative. Wow. That's some deep state shit, man. Paid operative. But look at Sean. Sean is just done. Sean, don't have this guy on again. He's no good. I mean, he's no good. I mean, come on. Come on, Sean.
The internet and heroes like Sean, like Dan Duquette, and others out there like Charlie Kirk, like Tucker Carlson, like now Elon Musk, like Donald Trump. And they're going to the YouTube, the alt media, and they're putting this stuff out there, but they're doing it not for fame and fortune like others. And you guys aren't being fed narratives, Sean. Turtle Boy and Glare and LTL early on were paid operatives spreading a narrative and a story.
All right, well, listen, hold on.
Sean's like, get the fuck out of here. Sean is like, bro, stop. Do you see Sean? Sean's just like, bro, stop. He's had enough now at this point. Sean's like, get off my show. Sean, don't let this guy back on again. I got to go back and watch Sean again. Sean's reaction.
Drug trafficking ring. That's the
Sean's
team
like,
that's on the ground in Massachusetts that is doing the same investigation under the same set of circumstances. You know, boats go from Florida to Maine. They stop in New Bedford. And they stop in Boston. They stop in
I think
Al Harbor.
Some of that
they
bad
move
weed
drugs in and around with the federal government's assets and the police and the localized corrupted law enforcement and, unfortunately, corrupted FBI and corrupted CIA along the way. But it comes back to the localization of what's happening here in Massachusetts. Those 4 trials I told you about, or those 4 scandals. Karen Read is the 5th scandal, but this is the only time in the history of our country that we have something called the internet and heroes like Sean, like Dan Duquette, and others out there like Charlie Kirk, like Tucker Carlson, like now Elon Musk, like Donald Trump. And they're going to the YouTube, the alt media, and they're putting this stuff out there, but they're doing it not for fame and fortune like others. And you guys aren't being fed narratives, Sean. Turtle Boy and Glare and LTL early on were paid operatives spreading a narrative and a story.
All right, well, listen, hold on. All right, so listen, what's it now going forward for you? You have these warrants that are out for you. How do you plan to resolve these issues? That's what I need to know, because I need you available. So when the time is right, when this stuff follows through, tell me what's going on, because I need you to get in hold of this other group that I'm dealing with.
Excuse me.
I just read from them. What's going forward for you?
I have a plan.
Okay. We got 10 minutes because I got to get to the other topic.
Sean wants him out of here. He's like, you got a few minutes.
What's the plan for you? What are you going to do?
I'm going to explain the plan. The plan is a plan for everybody to undertake. Everybody.
No, I need to know for you.
I'm explaining, Sean.
How do you resolve your current issues?
Sean, how does Karen Read resolve her current issues? She's dealing with a corrupted system, a corrupted courthouse, corrupted cops, corrupted everybody. How is she dealing with it? I'll tell you how we all need to deal with it, because she's getting no relief. She has the best attorneys in the country. She has supporters that they're interrogating, threatening, throwing a bleach, sending threatening letters. My wife and I have had threatening letters sent to my son. All our phones are tapped.
If you've, please, just, if I want to see the threatening letter that you've gotten, because I hear this kind of a lot out of some people Oh, they're threatening me to this, to that, this, that. They go on, they're threatening me about, I got to get a lawyer. I got to do it. Let's see some receipts, man. Let's see some receipts, because you know what? I'm pretty much in the thick of it around here, and no one said anything to me. You know, please. This guy knows who shot JR on the show Dallas.
Computers are tapped. Dan's phones are tapped. Dozens of people I know, phones are tapped. How do we deal with it? The public shows up at the next Karen Read hearing in Dedham, Massachusetts, 10,000 people deep. And before they get there, start calling their local Republican and even Democrat. There's a lot of Democrats that are turning and asking for the state of Massachusetts police, the local police departments, to go into receivership. And do not stop emailing the governor. Do not stop emailing your constituencies. Do not stop emailing, calling, and protesting.
But I want to know, how do you plan to eliminate the warrants against you?
I'm going to talk about it.
All right, I need this because I got 10 minutes.
I completely understand.
I'm up against a very hard break here, my friend.
Let me finish.
All right, I can't take this guy anymore. All right, so let's go up. TB Daily News. We'll skim through this really quick. This is who Nick Farello really is. Of course, Turtle Boy with his amazing reporting. It says, scammer Nicholas Farello is using Karen Read to promote QAnon theories, has warrant for assaulting elderly lawyer, owes millions in civil judgments. I'm not going to go through the entire article here, but I will play a little bit of, I will read a little bit of it if I can. Let's see. Sean McDonough is a retired DEA agent who has provided a lot of insight in the federal investigation of John O'Keefe's murder, as well as being very critical on the way that law enforcement handled the evidence the morning John was murdered. Last night on his YouTube live program, he had a former Red Sox GM, Dan Duquette, and a man named Nicholas Farello to discuss what he alleged the deep-seated corruption outside the Karen Read case. Farello said a lot of crazy things that had a lot of people apparently believed, because my inbox was flooded with people asking if I watched it. And I got that same things too. I'm pretty sure Will got that stuff as well too. Let's see. It says, it began to think important that our side not associate with people who lie and spread misinformation. I wanted to write about who Farello really is and why he is not the type of person the Free Karen Read movement should have anything to do with. Goes on to say here, let's see. Nicholas Farello has been sending me money during live shows. I've gotten those as well. I know Will has gotten those as well. And it goes on to say, to read ridiculous rantings about, I have emails from that guy that just flooded my email box with all this Soros crap and all these documents. I mean, just shit that I don't even have any time to even want to look through, and direct people to his website and allegedly the documents to it all. Reached to the point where he told him that he had no longer to read his messages and no one wanted to pay me, but financially, so he finally stopped. He has paid for planes displaying his website to fly overhead at Karen Read's hearings. Before ever hearing a speak of him, he was deranged, and he was trying to use the Read case to push his own story. Unfortunately, the corruption in the Read case may lead to blindly believe people that Farello when they spew nonsense. Last night on Sean's program, he said that he's living in Connecticut. He can no longer return to Massachusetts because he's been incarcerated, just like Turtle Boy. And the MS-13 drug can kill him because he has warrants out for his arrest. He claims he's working with federal authorities and has taken a proffer. He goes on here. It says he even said that Brian LTL, Will the Glairer, and I are paid operatives of George Soros because we won't have him on our shows. I can't anymore. This guy is a clown. That's an amazing article that TB has written. If you haven't checked it out, I'll drop the link there in the chat, and I'm going to pretty much be done with Nick Farello. But that guy's a clown. He used to spam me with tons of stuff in my email box too, and I just don't look at it because it's clown stuff. But I'll drop the link. I know it's a long link. I don't know if it's going to post all the way through, but it should. So this guy. Sean, don't have that guy back on. You don't need that guy up there. You run a great show.